What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Daily Dose. As always, the Daily Dose is presented by the Faithful Fanatics. Apparently, it's brought to you by the Faithful Fanatics. It's brought to you by the Painted Lines Network. If you're new to the channel, please go hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications for the Painted Lines Network on their YouTube channel. You can check out the Painted Lines on Twitter at the Painted Lines. Today, I'm joined by my big-headed friend Matt McGinty. Gint, how are you feeling today?
Great, man. Another Sixers W last night. It's 9-4. Sorry,
yeah, it's good memory.
Forgot for a second. 9-4. And Ben had a triple double.
Oh, you're starting off hot. You're starting off hot for these viewers to get in our comment section. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, my ad is right there at DylanJD98. Gint is at Matt_McGinty. On today's show, we have a lot to discuss, Gint. We're going to break down the Sixers 125 to 108 victory over the Miami Heat, albeit against a depleted Miami Heat team last night. They have a back-to-back starting tomorrow in Memphis and then following on Sunday in Oklahoma City. The Flyers take on the Penguins for the second time this season tonight at the Wells Fargo Center. We'll discuss that a little bit. We'll be updating our Eastern Conference All-Stars. You guys can comment along with us. The 12th spot on that team is the Daily Dose fan vote. So you guys, whoever we leave out, you guys can comment. Majority vote gets that bench spot for the Eastern Conference All-Star team. So again, let's start with the Sixers win over the Miami Heat last night. Just an all-around solid performance. It was a bad, depleted Heat team that was struck by COVID-19, just like we were against the Denver Nuggets. A little healthier than we were against the Denver Nuggets. But anyway, the Sixers, I guess, did what we needed to see, right? They handled and rolled a bed down in the dirt, down the dumps Miami Heat team. So what's one of your major takeaways from last night's win again?
I mean, it's got to be the young guys, right? Tyrese Maxey, Shake Milton, Isaiah Joe, and maybe even throw Matisse Thybulle in there. Why not? But I mean, those guys. Not? Yeah, I mean, those guys combined for over 50 points, I believe. 31 from Shake, 15 from Maxey, 12 from Isaiah Joe, and 8 from Thybulle. So you can't ask much more for that. We got a donation here.
Yeah, so let me get to this real quick. First, Chris Steck. Again, he's from the Chamonix, but he's a Falcon from Pennsbury. And then Honest Abe, man, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Means a lot. So again, have yourself a drink over the weekend, buddy.
Thanks so much, Honest Abe.
Yeah, man. Comment along with us. I believe Honest Abe was part of last week's Eastern Conference All-Star voting. So as I said, we're going to be continuing that later in today's show. So comment along. So yeah, you're going with the young guys again.
Yeah, I mean, you have, especially with the money those guys are making combined. I'm pretty sure Tiago pointed that out on the post game last night that the guys at the Painted Lines did. It was like combined, those four make like $7 million. And
yeah, I
saw that. Over 50-something points. So, I mean, that's unreal value.
I think Shake's part of that group, though, that you mentioned.
Yeah, I said Shake, Joe.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to give it to, the MVP of this team and talk about Joel Embiid for a second. So Joel Embiid, as we're all well aware, Joel Embiid drops 45 and literally carries this lifeless Sixers team to a win in overtime on Tuesday night against the same Miami Heat team. And then he only comes out, gives you 9, doesn't play a whole lot, gets the rest, and the Sixers roll. That's a huge storyline, in my opinion. The fact that, Joel Embiid only has to give you 9, and you're up by 20 for a majority of the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we've stressed it enough about how the best form of load management is in game. So yeah, that's an awesome thing to have. And it's awesome that we can win a game without the consensus MVP of the league right now not even playing. So, I mean, it's definitely a great sign. They looked great last night. Again, against a depleted roster, but we've only stated a million times you can only play who's in front of you. So,
yeah. So Mark says, my take, Shake. My milkshake is better than yours, making buckets all over the court. Milton and Max equals Eminem, sweetness times yours. And then Honest Abe says, Shake Milton has improved majorly. Love the strides he's taken. Yeah, he has, dude. I mean, Shake, from what I saw last night, again, against that Miami Heat team, he got whatever he wanted offensively. He was able to dribble and get to his spots on the floor that he wanted to shoot from and did it successfully all night long. I mean, he gave you 31, but he gave you 31 on 11 of 15 shooting again and 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 6 of 6 from the line. He also totaled 7 assists and 2 steals and a block. So he did it on both sides of the floor last night.
Yeah, and then it shows if you just look at the plus minuses from the bench last night. Shake was plus 24, Dwight Howard plus 16, Isaiah Joe plus 16, Matisse Thybulle was plus 10. That's more than every single starter. So that's telling you everything you need to know about how last night went. And it seems, and it's not, I shouldn't say it because the starters went positive. The only person that had a negative plus minus was Tyrese Maxey. And obviously, like the bench guys all the way down at the bottom did. But it seems like one or the other's the one that really carries the load one night. I can't wait to see a performance where we kind of just bang a team out of the building and both lineups are plus whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
So Abe goes on to say, not only did he drop an impressive 31, he threw 7 assists. That's fantastic. Absolutely. I'm sorry if I keep drinking water. As again, so kindly pointed out before the show, I sound like mush mouth over here. I got a cut on the back of my tongue, so my words are all jumbled and it hurts, guys. It hurts. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, man. So some of my takeaways, like I said, Joel Embiid only gives you 9, and they rolled a bad depleted team like we wanted to see. Another thing, again, you talked about Shake's 31. Tobias comes back 18. Matisse struggled a little bit offensively, but hit 2 threes later in the game. No rust from the guys that were out for 7 or 8 days from close contact tracing from Seth Curry, COVID-19. No rust from those guys at all, which was nice to see.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see. I know you're going to want to get into eventually is when we're fully healthy, who's the guys that are going to be getting these minutes. I mean, as of right now, the way Isaiah Joe is shooting the ball, and we might have to take back some words we said about him.
Yeah. Listen, Isaiah Joe, listen to the Daily Dose. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Dude's clowning me right now.
It's going to be really – there's going to be a lot of things when we come back. I don't see why you pulled Tyrese Maxey from the starting lineup. I think you throw Danny Green on the bench when Seth Curry comes back because I think Seth Curry is going to be inserted back in the starting lineup. He's only showed that he should. And then Mike Scott starting to find his way to the bench. Is Furkan going to come back and get minutes when he comes back?
That's one of my takeaways.
Okay.
Let me just start out there now.
Go ahead.
Let me just take it. Furkan Korkmaz. Out. Bye-bye, Furkan. Bye-bye. Nadir, if you're listening, buddy, please come in and explain to me where he's going to play a critical role on this team when he comes back by mid-February. Please find it for me because Isaiah Joe does everything he can do, if not better right now, and he's better on the defensive side of the floor already in, 4 games that he's actually played in as a rookie. So tell me where Furkan Korkmaz finds his spot back on this team.
Right now, I don't see it. It'll be really interesting to see. When we came into the season, we were kind of talking about Matisse Thybulle and Tyrese Maxey. Because Thybulle just didn't look good in the preseason and Maxey did, it was if he would give Thybulle the shot over Maxey to start. And now it's like when Isaiah Joe's shooting the way he is and Furkan's coming back, will he even give Furkan another run at it? I don't think Furkan will go minuteless to start, but he better come in and start knocking down shots the way Isaiah.
Right, so let me get to Abe here. He says this again. Joe eats Furkan's minutes. Agreed. Seth and Maxey start Shake and Green in the second unit. What are your thoughts on that? My only thing is, sorry, hit my mic here. I like that a lot. However, Danny Green, another one of my takeaways is 2-5. And as we said before, ask Danny Green if 2-5 is valuable and makes life easier for him on the floor. After struggling without Ben Simmons on the floor, Danny Green tied a franchise record against the Heat with 9 threes on Tuesday, and then was 4 of 7 from 3 last night with Ben. So my point is, I like that, and I would like that second unit. However, the starting 5 7-0 together in the small sample size we've seen. So why I get why people want to see Maxey start and Danny Green can piss us off. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that yet. What do you think?
I really like Maxey in the starting lineup. I like the way it's really looked. I like the way Ben and Tyrese play on-ball defense is something that Danny Green doesn't give you, even though Danny Green is bigger than Tyrese Maxey. And if you're looking at the wings in the Eastern Conference, he might suit them in terms of like body size. If you're looking at Chris Middleton and a lot of those second options. So you're probably right. We're 7-0. We probably maybe should let it ride before we just start making moves for no reason. All we're going to trade away 2-5.
It's a good problem to have, man. It's a good problem to have.
Sure. And I'm really excited. We're 9-4. We've only looked good when we're at full strength, and we'll see what Doc chooses to do. It's gonna be.
I've missed this man a little bit. Another name: brown sugar, butter, marshmallows, and yams. Yam says the Furcon is gone. I hope Furcon goes minuteless. And then Rodney says, I got Lakers versus Nets or 76ers. And Abe says, Danny makes more sense right now, I guess. He does provide maximum spacing for his position, but Maxey in the starting lineup is going to help Ben's offense. Guess it's however you want to. Yeah, man, look, like I said, I'm not going to be disappointed if that's how it plays out. I would like the second bench unit that would provide more spacing as well if Shake and Danny are on the floor together. I don't know. I thought the way when you saw them click against, albeit the Magic and the Hornets, it was nice to see from the starting five.
Yeah. And I may be jumping the gun, but
Let's hear it.
No. I'm just saying I may be jumping the gun trying to make that move, but Tyrese Maxey is just so good.
He is. The kid is really impressive right now. But you know what I love about him? Again, his energy. Like when he's going offensively, he gets into a rhythm, and I love when there's a foul or like there's a timeout or whatever. He's jogging right over to Doc, and Doc's got to tell him, "Yo, dude, calm down a little bit." When he's chucking up 7 feet behind the 3-point line, chucking up a heat check, which I love it at times, but it's just so funny. He runs over with that smile on his face, and Doc's definitely just like, "Yo, calm down. I like it, but calm down." Yeah. All right. They also shot 46% from 3 last night again.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good thing.
And that's without Seth Curry on the floor. So my last takeaway, and I don't know if you have any others, obviously I think Shake Milton was the star of the game. They rolled a bad team with Joel Embiid only getting 9. Let's talk about 2-5 for a second, because that's probably going to be the headline of the story and what everyone's going to want to talk about. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you stand on. Regarding him, but triple-double the day after the rumors come out that he was almost gone as a 76er. But back-to-back games with 12 assists again. What do you have last night? What was his box score? I know it was 10, 10, and 12, I believe. 3 steals.
Yeah, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals, 5 turnovers.
Right. 2 for 2 from the line, 4 of 8 from the field.
0 for 1 from 3.
Took that corner 3, but it looked okay. Keep shooting it when you're open from there. What were your thoughts on 2-5 last night? Get him.
No, I'm not going to come in here. He's here now at this point, so me being his lawyer is done. We didn't move him.
I don't know. Now, as soon as that move happened, now you got people, if he doesn't improve soon, Bradley Beal, go get Bradley Beal.
Yeah. And I don't see why people think Washington's going to move Bradley Beal anytime soon. They haven't moved him for the last 3 years. There was Bradley Beal trade rumors. But interesting stat was Brock tweeted it was Simmons had 12 assists. I think 9 of them resulted in 3-pointers from the Sixers. And it was how many points he contributed total last night. And it was really good.
But that doesn't matter again. And you know who? It doesn't matter to these people, right? It doesn't matter to this guy right here. 10 games in, and Bennett has yet to score 20 points. Now, dear, let me ask you something. What's their record? They're 9-4, right? They're 9-4, and obviously we know what 2 of the losses were when they were very, very depleted. Okay, so let's pump the brakes on how much we care that he's scoring. Don't get me wrong. Come postseason time, come 7-game series against Boston, Miami Heat, whatever it is, they're going to play him defensively differently. He's going to have to at least attempt more jumpers. I do believe that, again, because him not shooting in the playoffs will make everyone else's jobs more difficult. I will say.
In a sense, but if you look at the last couple years of Milwaukee, and like teams are begging Giannis to shoot the ball, and Giannis has started to shoot it more, and he just doesn't shoot it well. So yeah, it would help if he shoots it and makes shots, but
100%.
because Ben's not going to go start shoot 28% from three and just start launching threes, he shouldn't get knocked for that.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the key, and I was freaking out at the time too. Not to move him at all. But again, the problem is when that Tuesday night game against the Heat, he dribble drives, gets to the free throw line, stops, looks for an outlet pass, not there. The defender is sagging towards the basket. That is what I'm talking about. That has to be a shot attempt, especially in the playoffs.
I agree, and you'd love for it to happen, but until it happens, we need to stop using this lazy narrative of he's the reason we lose every game we lose.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a narrative that needs to just be thrown out the door.
Nadir says Harden dishes more than Ben.
Harden played an offense under Mike D'Antoni where he literally touched the ball the most in the NBA. It was either a dump off, a wide open three that he kicked out, or he scored himself.
Yeah. Ask Shake Milton last night. Ask Danny Green. Here's what I want to say, right? Nadir, why do you think this team shot 46% from three last night? Why do you think the one game before COVID hit, that Washington game, they shot over 60% from three? Why do you think that is? 9 of his 12 assists came to open three-point shooters last night, Nadir. But you don't care because he wasn't the one putting up the three. And this is why, I want to take your basketball card, Nadir. I wish Ferk gets traded. Philly fans really hate him, and I don't know where the hate comes from. You hate on an all-around great basketball player that just because he doesn't shoot, he's out of here. Oh, I forgot his ego's inflated too, in your opinion. But you love Furkan Korkmaz. What the hell do you watch night in and night out on a basketball floor? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. And another thing that's really interesting that you kind of just brought up is, dude, I don't think Philly fans hate Furkan. I just don't think he's a very good basketball player, and Brett Brown forced him into this role that he was never ready for. And it made the Philly fans want him to be off the floor, as they should have. So I'm really interested to see what happens with your boy Furkan. The way Isaiah Joe's shooting the ball, it would be really tough at this point.
We have good shooters. Stop crediting Bennett. You can address that one again.
I mean, it just showed Danny. We talked about it multiple times now. Danny Green goes 0 for 9 from the field. The game Ben didn't play, and then the next night he almost breaks the record.
No. What was he on? What was he on against Denver? Now, albeit the entire team was out, but against Denver he was
0 for 9.
Yeah.
And then
no. Atlanta he was 0 for whatever too.
Oh, I don't know.
There were 2 games in a row. The Denver game, but everyone was out. And the Atlanta game when Joel came back.
Hold on, I have it right here. It wasn't good. I'll tell you that for sure. No one shot good that day. But to the point, he shot. And this is also a game where he was our number 2 option somehow. But he shot 28% from 3, 2 of 7. And then magically, and again, it's not all because of Ben. Don't see me. He's not the someone has to make the shot, but you don't magically just make 9 threes the next game. It just doesn't happen. He's creating looks for these guys that they love. The ball's on a tee for them to put in. So
here's what first Shannon Vasquez says. Great show, guys. First time watching it live. The Pin and Lines dudes come off the only level-headed Sixers fans on the app. Thank you for watching, man. It means a lot. Ghost Rider says he's trolling. Listen, man, Nadir is on almost every day. He's most certainly not trolling. Yeah. And then let's see. Here's what I want to address real quick. Melvin says nobody wants Ben off the team because he's not good or anything like that. It's the fact that there's a better chance they'd be better with a score as a second option for Embiid, but we'll see. I disagree, and here's why. Now, if you could hand me Bradley Beal without having to move Ben, the Sixers would come out of the East.
Immediately.
But if you replace Ben Simmons with Bradley Beal, And probably you'd have to give up more, apparently, the trade market says. So you'd probably have to give up Shake or Maxey and something else to get Bradley Beal. If you plug in Bradley Beal instead of Ben and, let's say, Maxey or Ben and Shake, you're not a better team for it. You're not. You're just not.
I don't think you stand a chance against, and we don't know what they're going to be, but Brooklyn at all.
Exactly. Like that's the point. I understand he can become irritating when he's wide open from the elbow and doesn't put it up and he's got his back to the basket. I understand when you get frustrated with him. But to not to just think that if you give him what's next? You want to trade him for Zach LaVine? LaVine and Embiid win you a championship, but Ben, no, it's if you can get a third scorer, a really good scorer on top of Joel and Ben, you're coming out of the East. To replace Ben, and you'd probably, with the market that we're seeing, Shake or Maxey or Matisse, whatever it is, you're not better for it. You're just not. I'm sorry. Offensively, offense could look better. Who you stopping? Who the hell are you stopping? Nobody.
Not Brooklyn. That's for darn sure. But
yeah.
And then
and I'm not saying I understand what you're saying, Melva. I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying I just personally don't think when people say, "Oh, now you got to go get Bradley Beal because you missed on Harden." I don't know. Let's see. Embiid wants a divorce ban. Maureen knows that. Nadir, what goes? So you're telling me Daryl Morey thinks that Joel Embiid wants a divorce from Ben, but he doesn't go and get James Harden knowing that. That's what you got out of not trading for James Harden?
That's another thing that people aren't understanding, in my opinion, too, is if we wanted Harden and Tyrese Maxey's been awesome, there's no – I mean, maybe it is, and I obviously could be wrong, but I don't think a 20-year-old is the reason you don't make that move. That move is made if
you're willing to move Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey doesn't stop that trade.
I agree.
It doesn't, guys. I want everyone to realize you can't go out there and say, oh, I'm okay with moving Ben. Tyrese Maxey? Whoa. And I love Tyrese Maxey so far. Guys, he's played in 10 games. Yeah. And you won't move him for James Harden, but you'll move 2-5 for James Harden. That's where you and I, not you again, but those people and I get disconnected.
Yeah,
okay. Abe says, hold on. We're going to need Ben's defense and playmaking down the stretch. We don't have a perimeter defender anywhere near close to Ben. Same to say with his playmaking. I absolutely agree. Why do you think in the past Boston has had their way with us in a 7-game series, especially in the bubble? How this Sixers team look without Ben Simmons in the bubble, again?
They got swept.
Joel Embiid was averaging 30 a night, playing his ass off.
We still got swept.
We got swept. Why? Oh, because their wings got whatever they wanted. So you can go ahead. You can trade for Bradley Beal. You can do whatever you want. Go ahead. Trade 2-5 for Bradley Beal. Who's guarding James Harden? Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving.
Jason Tatum. Giannis. Chris Middleton. The list goes on and on.
Keep it going.
Pascal, it just keeps going.
Now here's an interesting point. We're going to need Ben to average at least 18 to win a championship. What?
Disagree.
You disagree? I don't know if we need it. I mean, obviously, if he's giving you 6, you need more than 10 to win a championship.
I believe so.
But if he's averaging a triple-double and he's giving you 16, 10, and 11, I don't think that, you know what I mean? Ben has progressed. Nadir, you're one bad comment from getting put in timeout. Yam says Knicks fan know nothing about basketball. And then Ghost Rider, wasn't there a rumor that the Rockets owner didn't want to trade with Morey? I don't know. I didn't see that.
I think there was. Did you see Morey posted that thing he got fined for tampering when he posted that story of James Harden? I think there was a report about how they thought that was something. But the reason why I said disagree about him averaging 18 is if Tobias continues what he was, which he had 18 last night too, but if he continued to what he was before he got in the contact tracing,
2022
game, and then you're having Seth Curry, who's not going to shoot 60% from beyond the arc, that's just out of this world. But if he shoots 43%, and like Mark alluded to last night, and maybe takes a couple more attempts a game, and his average is in the mid-teens, high teens, you don't need that.
And Danny Green's giving you 13 a night.
with Shake Milton and Tyrese
Right.
Maxey.
And Joel Embiid playing at an MVP level.
So you don't need it. But
like, you know what I love, Gint? You know what I love? You know what I absolutely love? The people that when the Sixers team, what were we? 52-30 in 2017?
Yeah.
That's what we were, right?
I'm pretty
With
sure.
Dario Saric, Robert Covington, Ersan Ilyasova, and people thought that was like that team with that spacing was like they were so hyped about that team. And now an older Joel Embiid, more improved Joel Embiid, an older, more improved Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris under Doc Rivers, Shake Milton under Doc Rivers, Tyrese Maxey. Now we don't have enough. We don't have enough. Let's see. I just can't stay away from it. I miss the objectivity. You guys are the press and should act accordingly. Stop acting like fanboys. First of all, I'm not the press. Nobody pays me to do a goddamn thing. So I'm not the press, okay?
From it too. I only fanboy. Here, let me show you.
Yeah. You see my wall? You see my arm? My arm? Hold on, Nadir. If I can't even get it out of the sleeve, but yeah. I'm not the press.
I'm a fanboy. My favorite basketball player.
Sport radio. This is what I want to do. But I'm a fan first and foremost, and I'm not fanboying over Ben Simmons. I'm telling you my opinion, your opinion. In my opinion, your opinion's wrong. Fair? Okay. Moving on.
No, yeah, I want to go back to your point you were making kind of about the 2017 roster. But the reason why the 2017 got so much love was they had their boys, TJ, Rocco, Dario, the guys that were process guys, which you know my stance. I despise process players, everything about the process besides Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Now we have all these other guys, and now you want to move your homegrown guys that you loved when they were 3-and-D guys that weren't even good at basketball.
Well, that's what's so wrong with this fan base, dude. Someone made a tweet about that. Like, it's somewhat impressive and it's somewhat weird as hell that like you're so attached like to Robert Covington and TJ McConnell's of the world. And oh my God, I can't believe we let him go. I can't believe we moved him. But you are the first person to want to move Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It's quite frankly pretty freaking weird.
I think those two are like on my it's not much TJ. Covington's on like my Mount Rushmore of most hated Philly athletes ever. 100%.
Nah, TJ's up there, bro. I can't stand him. TJ on the damn sidelines with his pom-poms. Person off the bench. High fives for everyone. Yeah, keep your ass right over there, dude. My God. Rocco's the only dude that I could see like late in the game knock down a 40-foot three and then have no one around them and miss a layup. He's the only dude I've ever seen do that in the NBA.
Yeah, dude.
But that team had all the hype. That team, and like there's comparisons to that team with this year's team. This year's team is better than 2017 by a lot.
Yeah, I think right now.
And like I see all the comparisons, and I get it because of the spacing and shooting. But my God.
Yeah, I don't see how this roster wouldn't be better than 2017. Seth Curry better than JJ. Like if you just go by personnel to personnel, everyone's better. Literally everyone.
Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are older and more experienced and better right now than they were, and bigger.
Like Amir Johnson, the backup center that year. I think I'm pretty sure he started in that Miami series when Joel had like the face mask.
Dude, the five was Ben, JJ, Rocco, Saric, Embiid, Ersan, TJ, Bellinelli.
Oh yeah, Marco Bellinelli. Yeah, smokes were way better. Amir Johnson was definitely the center. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Amir Johnson, dude, it was rough, okay? And that's my point. And now everyone like, dude, he's 24. He's 24. And you want to rush him out. We spent way too much time on this. I'm getting too angry.
Holy moly, we're a half hour in. I didn't even realize.
Let's move on, Gint. So the Sixers took down the Heat last night. They improved to 9-4. As it sits currently, they're in second in the East. That's because Boston's 7-3. Winning percentage is better. And they haven't played in the first. One thing that I want to touch on before we move on to this weekend's games on the back-to-back is where are we after this week of COVID? Because again, you got to admit, man, bad loss in Brooklyn when you're healthy after that night, COVID hits the locker room, 6 games in 8 days, couple back-to-backs, Heat coming up on the schedule. We're like, oh my God, dude. We were 7-3. Well, 7-2 before the loss, then 7-3. And it's like, wow, this could go horribly wrong. 9-4. Now you caught some luck because the Heat ended up in the same situation that you are. You got some guys back in the second game that the Heat didn't. So, but we'll see. You're distracting me. What's going on? What am I missing?
I saw like an argument going on. I was trying to read it.
So, 9-4 after that. And the offense, after you saw last night, again, I know who they played. I know they were missing guys. And with still no Seth Curry, look what's going on.
Yeah.
Spacing looks A-okay again. 46% from 3 again. Looks all right.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people in our comments saying 7-6 is coming. And when we were 7-3, they were like, oh, this is going bad. We're going down the wrong path. But not with this team. Too much leadership in the locker room, it looks like right now. Joel looks like Joel's taking matters into his own hands. You saw that against Miami. He said, I'm not losing this game. No chance. You see who's on their roster? Nope. And we win that game. So right now, you can't complain much. And I know we're second in the East. We're not in first, 9-4. But I love everything about this team right now. I do.
Yeah. Let's see. Yam says, if this team stays healthy, I really feel like the 2021 76ers are the favorites to come out of the East. Man, I hope so. Charles Barkley picked them as his favorites. They're definitely in the conversation, in my opinion, and that's where we want to be, right? And these trade rumors have just kind of masked what we're seeing right now. How excited was everyone a week ago, Ken? Or a little over a week, 10 days ago?
Yeah.
They were ecstatic at the spacing and the three-point shooting.
Yeah, if you go
and now because James Harden kept his tantrum going and won it out. Oh, I can't believe we missed out on James Harden. It's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, if you go back to that Washington game, we scored 141 points, found a way to win that game. After that game, going into that Brooklyn game, we're like, oh, they're missing guys. Here we go. We're going to start a roll. And then we lost that game. And shoosh, get rid of him, get rid of him. We need him. We need this. It's the same. And it's going to be the same narrative after every loss. Now with the Harden move, there's not much more. I mean, Bradley Beal is probably really the only name you could say that has to go for. So,
all right. So Steven's thought 7-6 for health reasons. I agree. Ben says he hasn't progressed like I want, but he has not regressed. Totally. I completely understand. Mark says pump the brakes. Enjoy Sixers beating teams they're supposed to, but they have played the third easiest schedule. Look, man, I get that, but you can only play who's on your schedule. They look good, and in years past, they don't beat the teams they're supposed to. And here's all I'm trying to throw out to people: Philly fans aren't excited, or some Philly fans aren't excited because they haven't played anyone. And I get we have to play them a tougher schedule and see where we are. However, I can't wait for the first. Don't get me wrong, Cleveland was a bad loss, but you didn't have Embiid. Brooklyn was a bad loss, but no one really, you didn't have Seth. No one talked about it. I can't wait for the first healthy bad loss for people to lose their freaking minds and act like this shouldn't happen. Guys, you do know, you're everyone's favorite Brooklyn Nets with KD and Kyrie Irving playing lost to the Wizards team. Yeah, Nadir, we played the Wizards and Charlotte twice, and we are proud of the record. Your favorite Brooklyn Nets team, they lost fully healthy to the Washington Wizards. It happens, dude. You play who's in front of you. Be happy for how they're playing right now. I didn't come out. When have you listened to me say that the Sixers are going to come out of the East? The Sixers are going to win the NBA the title this year. I haven't, but I've said they're in the conversation. Are they not? They are. So be happy for that and enjoy the ride. That is all me and Gint have said week in and week out. Enjoy the ride. Focus on the game and the task at hand, and just be happy. But you can't. Because you're so negative and you want to trade maybe your most important piece, your second best player, because you want offense. You want offense. Okay, that's fine. Abe says, I'm worried about that 4 spot. Scott gets hurt again. Dude, I'm so over the Hive. Yeah. He can't stay on the floor long enough to get in the rhythm. I think a backup stretch 4 is a glaring concern right now. It's definitely a concern. Gint and I have said that in the past about our weaknesses, but the Hive isn't exactly who I want to see out there. Anyway, let's see. Christian, would you want to do Simmons, Thibault, and picks for Beal. No, I addressed it earlier.
The deal.
I wasn't giving up Ben for James Harden. I'm damn sure not doing it for Bradley Beal. Adding Bradley Beal to just Joel Embiid does not make you a better team. Maybe a little bit, possibly. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't win you an NBA title. Now, Beal on top of Simmons and Embiid, to me, puts you to the front top of the list in the East. But and just taking away Simmons and Thibault defensively off the bench and picks for Bradley Beal, hell no. Dude, Bradley Beal is averaging like 38 points right now, and albeit he's on a terrible team. He's averaging 38 and they're 3-8.
30.
Like or 34, sorry, and they're 3-8.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't make you a better team just because a dude can drop 30 plus a night. Joel's giving you that. How many teams have multiple guys that drop 30 plus a night, Gant? I mean, even the Lakers, LeBron and AD don't both average over 30, do they? They both probably average in mid to high 20s.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron's having that good of a year right now.
But that's my point. So what? You need Joel to average 34. You need Harden to come in and give you 36 a night. And then all those people, as soon as Seth Curry wasn't shooting as well, or Danny Green wasn't shooting as well, oh man, now they need to go too because they're not shooting good.
That's a really good.
What?
Bottom question.
I'm curious, and I am on the keep Ben side. Who would you move Ben for realistically?
I have a list.
Go ahead. I'll tell you yes or no.
Giannis.
I mean, I guess so.
I mean, obviously, you would have to give up a lot more for that. But if you're going strictly on a guy I would bring in and Ben has to go, and this is me personally, guy, I'm going with like the stars, like Giannis, Kawhi, Kevin Durant, like Anthony Davis.
Would you do it for Devin Booker?
No.
No,
heck no.
I
don't even know where that narrative came from, people. Devin Booker hasn't made the playoffs. And not that I don't know if we didn't have Joel, Ben would make the playoffs, but Devin Booker's a really good basketball player, and I think a lot of people felt bad for him in Phoenix. But like now it's cool to see that they have Chris Paul, DeAndre, and Mikal Bridges. They look good, but
see, this is what I want to get to right here. Yams, thank you, man. Read my lips. No more trades. That's it. That is it. After that, it is a good question. It's a fun topic to talk about sometimes. But when you're 9-4, when they're fully healthy, they're undefeated. Why am I talking about trades? Why? Isn't this the same fan base that was saying, oh, well, you got to probably wait till like close to the deadline or 20 plus games in to evaluate because it's going to take time for this offense to gel and this new system and all this and that. Guys, they're already gelling. And while they're gelling, you want to make moves. Oh, my God. He also says they made more trades in the past 10 years. This team just needs continuity. Dylan, would you not trade Ben for Jesus himself? You're an idiot, Nadir. I used to like you. You're a clown. You're a clown. Yeah. We need to trade Furkan Korkmaz because I don't know why everyone doesn't like him, but I don't get it. But Ben Simmons' ego is so inflated. He's not an all-star. He can't score the ball. Oh my God. Melvin, so you guys think Simmons and Embiid can win a chip with this team this year? I didn't say that. They're in the conversation. I'm not crowning them champions.
Yeah.
But are they not? What have you seen fully healthy? I understand who they've played, guys. That's what I've been telling you. Depleted Heat, Charlotte twice, Wizards twice. The Knicks, I understand it, but you can only play who's in front of you, and are they or are they not doing what you want them to do?
Yeah,
that's take care of business.
If you really want to go to the schedule and break it down, we lost a back-to-back Cleveland, back-to-back to Brooklyn, and the two other games have been COVID depleted. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying they're the NBA champions. They're not even the Eastern Conference champions. But to sit here and say that there needs to be improvements made right now is just wild to me. But what do I know?
Again, because no one had this conversation when they won 52 games in 2017. No one said, "Oh man, you really think Ben and Joel can win with Robert Covington?" Everyone thought they could win with those two. But now you can't win with the supporting cast now and Doc Rivers as your head coach. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they can't. Enjoy the ride. I'm going to say it all year to you guys. And Mr. Hotcakes says, surround them with shooters. That's what they're doing. Mark, I like it. Let's go Flyers, sweep the Pens. Flyers take on the Penguins tonight. We'll try to get into that in a little bit. Let's see.
We know nothing. We're it's just anger to the people.
Oh, yeah, man, nothing. Dude, I'm not coming at you at all. I appreciate you commenting. It's when Nadir gets to me. Nadir can attest. Nadir finds a way under my skin, and just finds a way to piss me off. No, man, I know what you're saying. If Joel can average 25, Ben 15, Green 10, Seth 15, and Toby 20, that's 85 points just in the starting lineup. Shake 15, Maxey 12, and whoever else on the bench can add some points. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. That's what, 112 right there. And in my opinion, Shake's going to average more than 15 this year. I've already said that. And he was under Doc. Him and Toby look perfect under Doc Rivers. Add in MVP type Joel Embiid. Add in Ben Simmons facilitating in defense. Tyrese Maxey already looks better offensively than we ever thought. Seth is out of this world from three. Danny Green, when this team's fully healthy, has been shooting well from three. So there's a lot to be excited about. Again, let's look at the weekend's matchups back to back in Memphis tomorrow night, and then in Oklahoma City against your boy Big Al on Sunday night. So let's just we're not going to break both games down. I don't even know who's playing and who's not yet. I'm assuming the same guys as last night. Kyrie probably won't be back for over another week. What are your expectations going into this weekend? Again, can they take both on the road, mind you?
What?
Can they take both?
No, I was reading.
He said Matt practice begins. He needs to go.
We do have practice. We do. No, but
all right, yeah, go ahead. Cover these two.
I think ideally we go 2-0. I know we've only preached 1-0 on this show, but with not having shows this weekend, I'm going to say 2-0. John Morant might be back.
He's questionable tonight.
Yeah. So I think we play. I think he's scheduled to play Friday. No, today's
that would be tonight.
Okay, so they're on a back-to-back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't even. So I think we're definitely gonna win that game. And then Oklahoma City's just not a very good team, so I'm gonna say 2-0.
I hope so. And with Joel only playing limited minutes last night, I'd assume he's good to go for both.
After what he just did on the second night of a back-to-back against Miami.
Was that a back-to-back? Oh, yeah. Who was Monday? Monday's game was the Hawks. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, I mean, there's no reason that he shouldn't play both, in my opinion. Yeah. Unless tomorrow's game is down, he's got to play 38, 40 minutes or whatever, and it's back and forth. We'll see. Melvin says, of course, all respect, boys. Absolutely. Love the conversation. I'm just a very emotional, passionate fan. Yeah. Where's his team on my sleeve, actually? Shake Milton is a slice between Jamal Crawford and Lou Williams, except Shake can play defense.
Whoa. I would love
Abe Link. We're terrible in back-to-backs. We lose one of these games. Yeah, that's just the mindset I kind of have, especially on the road. I get it, no fans, but that traveling, everything like that, cooped up in the hotel.
Yeah, knowing my prediction, we'll probably go 0-2.
Yeah. But I agree. I mean, theoretically, they shouldn't lose either of these games if they're healthy. Unless Joel doesn't play one of them, like I said, I can't break it down for you. But as long as they're fully healthy, my prediction is 2-0.
Maybe. Wait, we're going to be on Saturday.
Faithful Fanatics will be on tomorrow, yes.
We'll break down the game. Dude, I can't. Yeah. In my head, it's not Friday. I don't know why.
Yeah, so the Faithful Fanatics will be on at 2 o'clock tomorrow, so you guys can tune into that right here on the Painted Lines YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, we'll be breaking down tomorrow's game against Memphis. Probably have a better understanding of what the starting five is going to be and who's out tomorrow night. If John Morant's playing or if John Morant is not playing. Again, we got 5 minutes.
Yeah. Let's
go Flyers Pens because we've had some comments about it. Prediction tonight, They're 1-0 after taking care of business 6-3 against the Penguins on Wednesday night in the season opener. Offense looked great. Jason Martinez was on our show yesterday, so if you guys missed that, go check it out on the Paint the Lines YouTube channel. And he just talked about what?
He's been on our show 3 times. I don't think I've met him once.
Yeah, you've been late every time. He just talked about how deep this Flyers team is, especially down the middle of the center position, and how they just come at you at waves with their depth, and that's exactly what they did to Pittsburgh. It's like you can't come up for air when you're underwater. You can't come up for air against them. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to say the Flyers take care of business. I agree with Jason yesterday. The Penguins are very top heavy with that Crosby and Malkin line. They've tried to keep the window open long enough for that Letang, Malkin, and Crosby trio. I think that's over. Tristan Jarry is not a very good goaltender, in my opinion. So I don't think the Flyers get 6 past them again. But I also predicted Nolan Patrick gets one in. He did tonight. I'm going to say that who puts one in tonight, Gint?
I have my guess.
All right.
You better not take mine.
I'm going to say Oscar Lindblom gets one by him tonight, and the Flyers win 4-1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's going to be my score. So
is it?
But I'm going to change mine to 3-1. Flyers win and Claude Giroux because I took him to score a goal.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. We have Steven says Flyers have a very 1985-esque start to the season. Flyers start 8-2 if healthy. God damn. That's a lot of points, Steven, and I love it. I love it. But what are we all about here? Marquise, tell the viewers what we're all about here on the Daily Dose. One game at a time. 1-0. That's all our focus is on. So the Penguins tonight. Mark says Flyers 4-2. Mark, who you got scoring for the Flyers? Who's your star of the game? Steven, you as well. Honest Abe says it's Friday. Get knock back a cold one, brother.
After practice.
Yeah, guys, tell Gint. I'm trying to get him to come down to South Jersey tomorrow, but I'm sure he'll get another flat tire or something like that. Oh, man, how much time do we have? We do not have enough time. Damn, maybe we can do that on the Faithful Fanatics or something.
We've been pushing it off. We'll do our Conference All-Stars tomorrow on the Faithful Fanatics, 2 o'clock Eastern. Set the alarms.
Turn on notifications. Marquise, going 1-0 is always the number one goal. There it is. So Flyers are focused on the Penguins tonight. The Sixers are only focused on Memphis tomorrow. Go Flyers. Go Sixers. For myself, for Gint, have a nice night. Enjoy your weekend, guys.